I'm going to show you how much this Airbnb, I'm going to show you what we thought it was going to earn, and then I'm going to show what it's actually been earning since we launched it. Okay, so this is how we know beforehand what an Airbnb property is going to make, or how we do our analysis, if you will. I'm going to show you what we thought it was going to earn, and then I'm going to show what it's actually been earning since we launched it. Okay, but first, we'll go through the numbers of the pro forma and reality, what actually happened. I'm going to walk through this property and our strategy for it. So we've got a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home right here, okay? And we really leaned hard into the family friendliness. And one thing, our number 1 unique offering is this, right? It's a room, it's a basement room that we turned into a movie theater, all right? So we got the stadium seating, i.e. elevated reclining chairs like you get at those luxury movie theaters nowadays, with a nice big sectional in front of it and a 100-inch TV. We decked out the whole basement with sconces and art, you know, that looks like you're in, feels like you're in a movie theater, all right? So that's our number 1 amenity, our unique offering. No one in this market is really offering this, so that's what we went with. But aside from that, there's several other amenities that we installed in this property that are playing into the kind of the family-friendly vibes that we're going for, including fire pit seating, of course, right? We had to do that. We always do that when there's a backyard. Sauna, because why not? Who doesn't love a sauna? So not only do we have a sauna, we got a hot tub right by the sauna, so we got really a cool spa zone, but look right behind the sauna there. See that colorful structure? Wait a minute. Giant play set for the kiddos, right? We've got the movie theater downstairs, we've got the play set outside, all types of adult and family hangout spaces, seating, the works, right? And then all kinds of other little amenities sprinkled throughout. We've got a pool table, we've got a shuffleboard, we've got a game room upstairs with foosball, Pac-Man. This is a ping pong table and it converts into an air hockey. We went with the pool table conversion, so this also converts into a dining table, and then you can kind of see the shuffleboard right over here. Okay, so that's most of the big ticket amenities. We got coffee station, we got all kinds of other stuff too, you know, the little revenue drivers all over the place, and lots of beds, all right? 15 beds, 16 plus guests, all right? So we checked every box we could and really leaned into the family-friendly theme, if you will. We expected this property to do $140,000 a year in bookings revenue, all right? And we're gonna focus on that. We launched this in mid-December last year. It's currently mid-March, 2026. In January, we expect this property to earn $5,569 of that $140,000, okay? Here's why. Quick pivot, just a tiny bit of math. The way we figure this out is we look back at the last 5 years, and the month of January, on average, earns 3.98% of its annual revenue in the month of January. February, it's 4.46. March, things pick up, right? More than double, almost triple these months, okay? 9% of its revenue comes in March during the spring break time, all right? And so just to give you an example, we're almost done with the math. If you got a property that you expect to do $100,000 a year, and you figure out how much is it gonna earn in January based on the seasonality of the market, multiply your expectation times the average ratio of earnings in that month, so 100,000 times 3.98%, $3,978, okay? If we carry that into $140,000 times that 3.98%, expectation is about $5,569 in the month of January. January did $8,136,000 in bookings, all right? February should be a little bit better, right? Because you saw it was about 4.5%. This is for this market that we're in, about 4.5% of revenue in February. We did $6,246,000, or sorry, that was the expectation. Reality, $9,876,000 for this property just last month. Okay, we're in the month of March now, and expectation for March is $12,649, okay? I think our calendar is fully booked. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. There's our March calendar. We only have 3 nights open, so we might pick up a tiny bit more revenue, but here's where we stand. $15,436. So once again, the family-friendly model is proving itself resilient yet again, not surprising. And for the entire year, right, we expect $140,000. So here's where bookings sit for 26. If nothing changed and all the bookings that we have came in right now, by the end of the year, we would realize $99,324. And we still have a lot of weekends and nights left to fill, so I think we're gonna blow this 140 out of the water. Hey, if you want my team to come to your Airbnb and make it the top performing short-term rental in your market, there's a link below. We start with an analysis and we'll tell you what we think we can do. It's free, do it. You might have noticed I'm standing inside what is probably an Airbnb. And if that's what you were thinking, you're right. Let's go through the numbers in this house. Same idea, same market. We have $150,000 expectation for this property I'm standing in right now. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Okay, there it is. But instead of showing it to you on a TV, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk you through the key amenities we have in this house right now. And we'll come back to the board and show you how we've been doing with it. Let's go for a walk. All right, so I was just standing right there. Now I'm here, right? We did a shuffleboard inside. I'm not gonna show you all the bedrooms, just come on out here, and a lot of our key amenities are outside, so let's go check out, but our top amenity is downstairs, so we'll hit that last. Pac-Man. Obviously, I've been standing next to that, all right? We are staying here this week, so just to provide some context, it is the month of March. We are eating up an entire week of occupancy since we just launched this property last month. It is really good to really experience the home that you're giving to guests, and we like to do it after we've been on the market for about a month so that we can kind of take guest feedback and just experience it ourselves as guests and then make a bunch of tweaks and then rock and roll moving forward. So that is what we're doing here. But I digress. Back to the amenities. When you come outside here, we've got a deck that goes two ways, up and down. Let's go up first. So of course we did the fire pit seating because you have to every time, okay? And then we've got outdoor dining, the beanbag toss game, cornhole, I always forget it, I always draw a blank, giant Jenga, giant Connect 4, okay? String lights, and a cool view. There's a restaurant right there. Like, we can literally just walk to it. A great Mexican restaurant with an amazing tequila selection. All right, let's go downstairs. Grill. We're also having grass, this yard seeded with grass, so it's no longer muddy. You can walk in grass. That'll probably, with the way this climate is here, we'll probably have a full yard full of grass instead of dirt, probably in the next 3 weeks, 30 days at the most. Barrel sauna, wet or dry. Hot tub, string lights. The last house I showed you, we were dipping into that family-friendly vibe, right? Going hard into that because it works, always, as evidenced by the numbers I just showed you. We're going for a little bit more sophisticated adult vibe here in this place, if you haven't noticed so far. I mean, while there are some family-friendly stuff, you might have seen some of the design elements inside the house and the amenities we have. This is a little bit more refined vibe that we're going for, all right? And the last amenity to really drive home that kind of theme, let's go check it out. It's really cool. Golf simulator. It actually is really simple to use, too. Got the golf clubs right here, right? I'm not a great golfer, but I hear a lot of people really like to play golf, so let's go back to the numbers and see how well our ideas and strategy are actually working. Okay, so back to the numbers, just like the last one, all right? January, sorry, expectation, because we want this property to do $150,000 a year. I gave it a $10,000 bump. It has 1.5 more bathroom than the last home I showed you, and some higher quality amenities, a better sauna, the golf simulator, but no movie theater, etc. Okay, so a little bit higher expectation for January. January reality. 0. We just launched it last month. All right. So let's look at February, the month we launched it. Expectation $6,693. Okay. Actual $5,977. We launched this the second week of February. So even after missing a week and just going live in that month and not having a lot of lead time to capture bookings, we came pretty close to target. And now it's here, March. We're eating up a whole week of this month. Full disclosure, we're not gonna hit this $13,000 this month, in part because we're here. Nonetheless, March, we're at $10,734 with 3 weeks of the month booked. For the year, after being live for a month now, we've brought in $61,000 of our $150,000 that we're shooting there. So we're almost halfway there, and this is just for the year 2026. So it is doing pretty good. the jury is still out on is family friendly still king. I honestly have yet to see a strategy really beat that, as evidenced by what I just showed you with the other property. That is trending to blow projection out of the water. This one ostensibly is trending just to hit it, but it's still pretty early in the game. That's how we track our performance against our expectation. How do we come up with our expectations? That would be a totally different video, and I think that's floating around out there, right? Our underwriting series, so go check that out. I hope this is useful and helpful information to you. You got some ideas about what works, other things that you can try, amenities that drive revenue, and again, every market we've ever operated in, family friendly is king. It's #1 strategy I've seen so far to date. Hey guys, look, we bought 6 short-term rentals last year in 2025, and we did it using $2 million of other people's money that we raised and several million more dollars in debt. And all these properties are doing over 6 figures in revenue, and all of them are cash flow positive. Get your free analysis, and we will use the same process on your short-term rental to identify its peak profit, the same process that we use to identify profitable short-term rentals through our investment operations. Fill out the form, get the analysis. It's free. You will get insights that are so valuable, it'll make your head spin. I promise you, just do it.